One of the easiest ways to get into the United States is a student visa. In this video, we will discuss how to get it. Welcome everybody to our Skylex discussion. Today we have Alen Nye, a wonderful director of the English Language Institute. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. And we're going to discuss the F-1 visas and everything related to the studying in the US. Okay. Generally, I would say there is a notion, and actually it's true, right, that education is very expensive in the US. However, there is a way to get an F-1 visa, just like the one you would get from any Ivy League institution or any big public or private school. You can get it from a school that offers English classes, such as English Language Institute in San Francisco, with a much cheaper cost, and still be able to enter the US and experience the culture, right? So
absolutely. Yeah, so you don't have to go to a 4-year degree or 2-year degree or higher education to get an F-1 visa. Any school accredited by the U.S. State Department can offer an I-20, which is the document that students need to apply for an F-1 visa. And our school is accredited to offer I-20s to students. And the cost of our school is only $840 per month. And students don't actually need to pay tuition until after they get the visa and arrive. They do not need to prepay, unlike a four-year university or college. And then once they arrive, they can even pay month by month. So it is quite affordable.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. And what type of documents would they need to get the I-20 issued by your school?
Yep, so they need a passport, they need proof of their last level of education in their own country, and they need a bank statement showing that they have the ability to pay for the tuition for the length of time that they sign up for our school, which can be as short as 2 months and as long as 3 years.
Got it. And with that, it doesn't have to be a young student just fresh out of high school. We can basically have a bachelor level, someone who completed a bachelor's or master's level program, even a PhD. Scientists can still enroll into a language school, right?
Absolutely, because language learning isn't about your level of education in your own language, right? It's about language learning. You can come, anyone over the age of 16 is welcome at our school and can be issued an I-20 to get an F-1 visa. So we've had students who are 16 years of age with an I-20, and we've had students who are 70 years of age with an I-20. And everyone at every level of education and professional ability.
Got it. And can you tell us a little bit about that home residency requirement that ties to the home country then, if we talk about older students?
Yes, so we do not require that, but the U.S. Embassy, when they apply for the F-1 visa, will ask them about ties to your home country. And what this means is, basically, an F-1 visa is a temporary visa for the United States. It is not an immigrant visa. It's a temporary visitor visa. And so you have to show that you're coming to the U.S. temporarily for the purpose of study, but then that you plan to return home. And so anything that you can show that you have family, that you own property, that you have a job or a job offer, anything that you can show that kind of makes it seem like you have a plan to return home after your study is good. Another way to show that is if you have a sponsor. If you have a sponsor to help you pay for your study in the US, it helps if that sponsor is not inside the US. That sponsor should be from your home country or outside the US, because that shows that financially you are tied to someone outside the US, right? So that's a good way to show ties to your home country, as well as any job offer or family or property that you might have as well.
Yeah. What we have done for our clients in the past is we draft a letter, in the job offer, or just employer's letter, showing that that particular employee needs English classes, like English level classes and an English certificate, in order to be promoted or in order to get a job as a job offer, and it really helps, and the embassies
it does.
really like it. How about the sponsor? Like, how much money does the sponsor need to show on the bank account. It doesn't have to be a U.S. bank, right?
Yeah, right. Preferably it is not a U.S. bank. And so that is really up to, again, our school is, language schools are unique in that you can choose your length of study. We recommend to get the F-1 visa, at least 6 months of study is best. It doesn't have to be, but we do recommend that. And for that, we would recommend around $24,000 US or more.
All right. Basically, a bank statement from any bank showing that there is $24,000
equivalent of $24,000. It doesn't have to. Again, does not need to be US dollars. And so the ability to pay for your tuition and living expenses for the duration you're in the United States.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good. Please tell us what's going on now in the industry in terms of the visa issuance. Any latest news, changes?
Yeah, we've had some good news this week, which is really welcome. As many people know, it has been very challenging in some places to get F-1 visas for the last few years. However, the current president and State Department has just issued a joint statement saying that the U.S. Strongly supports international education and welcomes international students to the U.S., and that it is part of the goals of the U.S. now to make it easier to get F-1 visas to come and study inside the U.S. So there seems to be very strong support from the State Department and the current president to welcome international students and foreign students to the United States.
And has there been a list of countries that historically did not allow students from certain countries that the State Department didn't do it?
There were. So over the last 4 years, in the last administration, there was a ban on certain countries, many of them Muslim or in Africa, and that has now been lifted. All of those have been reversed, and so early indications show that students are able, the embassies that are open and taking F-1 visas, that those students have been successful in gaining the F-1 visa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great news.
Yeah, definitely. If we go and talk about towards the students who are already in the US, let's say somebody completed a bachelor's degree, and after any full course of education, there is such a thing as OPT, optional practical training, that allows students to stay for 1 year and gain experience, right? And then you can also get it after a master's degree or any completed 1 year program. Right, basically
not from language school, but after language school, if you go to a college or master's program or certificate program that offers OPT, like a professional program, then yes, that is true. Okay,
and then how would that work in terms of, like, if a student has a completed bachelor's degree, got an OPT, the OPT is about to expire, can a student transfer to English Language Institute after in a situation like that?
Absolutely. So English Language Institute offers higher level courses, not just English as a second language. We do offer higher level TOEFL and IELTS preparation and business English for entrepreneurs and other advanced courses, for example, subject courses like in literature or writing. So if a student needed to work on, their written English for professional purposes, or they wanted to take a business English for entrepreneurs class because they want to start their own business or because they're interested in business, there are options that could still show that they're making academic progress, even though they're at a language school, because we do have these higher level courses that would benefit them in either a higher level of study or their professional career.
Okay. Got it. And then this requirement, this academic progress, is a requirement only when the degree is a US based, right?
Correct.
So if a student has a bachelor's or master's level of education from his country, for like their own foreign country, then it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter at all, because then, maybe you are, and we've had this happen, maybe you're an executive or own your own business in another country, but your English is still low, and to improve your, job in your home country, you want to improve your English. And in that case, there's absolutely no requirement about your level of study and academic progress.
Got it. So yeah, we've been talking mostly about if somebody wants to come in and stay in the US, right? But there is a great use case for studying here if you just have a job in the home country and just have a need for better English, right?
Absolutely.
Just, like if someone like works, let's say as a computer programmer or someone, right, in a different country, what are the benefits for that person to come in and study here and maybe work remotely from here, right?
Yeah, I mean, now people can be a digital nomad and work from anywhere and live anywhere. I mean, you can probably attest to, Mikhail, that San Francisco's in the Bay Area is a gorgeous place to live and really a premier world-class city where, you can to learn not only English, but, meet people from all around the world. And, I think there's no place where English isn't going to improve your job performance. If we live in a global world where speaking English is always going to help improve your job performance.
Yes, for sure. And then what would be the difference if, let's say, someone studies English using Duolingo, or they're about to go public now, right? And as opposed to actually coming here and experiencing the city, the culture, and the American accent as well, right?
Yeah.
It can certainly improve someone.
Absolutely. That is something that sometimes people are asked at an embassy when they're doing the F-1 visa interview is, why can't you just study English in your own country? A great answer to that is always accent and ability to practice outside of class. Because as we all know, if you study a language in your home country and then as soon as you leave class, you go back to your home language, it's really difficult to make progress and to improve beyond a low intermediate level. And that's where most people stop. To get proficient at a language, it's really important to use it all day, every day, and to immerse yourself in a culture. And here, when you come to San Francisco, you will use English in class, you will meet students from other countries from around the world, and your only ability to speak with each other is through English. And you will make friends there, and you're also going to live in a place where you use English every day. And you will improve 5 times faster than you would studying in your home country, and that is proven through many studies. Duolingo is fine. We sometimes recommend it to students who are just beginning, very low level, to get a basic vocabulary so that then when they are here, they can have basic conversation. But studies also show that most people aren't motivated enough to use an app to improve their language beyond about 40 hours, and that's really dedicated. And so, it's unlikely that you're going to get beyond a basic proficiency without being able to have that joy of interacting with other humans and that positive feedback.
Yep, for sure. Okay, well, we have our Skylex mobile application where you can ask all kinds of questions about immigration law. You can reach Alen. Please let us know. Ask any immigration related questions. We have legal helpline there, and we would be happy to help you get an F-1 or any other type of visa. And thank you for tuning in and watching.
Great. Thank you so much, Mikhail. It's wonderful to meet you.